YouTube. Okay, let's chat about bulking. So recently I just ended a bulk that lasted from, I'd say, the second week of November to the second week of February. So that would be 3 months of bulking. I did my best to increase food week by week. I wasn't following a specific plan. My coach is still Kyle. I'm planning to prep beginning of next year. So I'm gonna go through a few growing phases throughout the year. Right now, I need time to rest. My body needs time to catch up, recover. Not that I was beating up my body so bad, but I definitely felt day by day I was starting to get more fatigued. I was getting super full, super easy. In the beginning of the bulk where I was able to, easily increase my food and consistently eat this food, towards the end it was starting to get hard. My joints were taking a hit, especially during this bulk because I was pushing training really hard. I was training super heavy. I increased my weights in all of my lifts, was increasing my weight on leg press, RDLs, hip thrusts. I was doing all of those things. My joints were feeling pretty awful towards the end. I was getting pains in my knees, my back, my hips. Everything was just getting super tight and super aggravated. So being that I was bulking and pushing training for 3 months, I just knew that it was time to give myself a break. Today is my third day of getting back towards maintenance calories, so not pushing food super hard, and I feel really good. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so I went out to eat. We got Italian food, and I didn't go overboard. What did I get? What did we get, Aunt?
Some seafood.
We got a bunch of seafood as an appetizer.
Pasta. You got a salad.
We got pasta and I got a salad with shrimp. So kept it pretty simple. It felt so good to not feel stuffed. I wasn't overeating in a bad way when I was bulking. I was just, eating a lot and it was getting to be too much on my body. Now let's talk about the mental side effects of bulking. It could be different from male to female or person to person, but this is my personal experience. I found that post-show, my reverse, I felt really good. I actually like to see weight go on my body. Not all the time. Sometimes I was looking at myself and I was like, oh, I don't like how I look right now. I thought I looked weird, but I grew to love my body. So the beginning of my bulk, I started around 137 to 139 pounds. This was 17 to 19 pounds up from my stage weight. I was already at a good spot. That was my body's comfortable spot to be at on maintenance. And in the beginning, I felt super good. I was feeling really good about myself. It was easy to get in the food. Didn't feel super bloated all the time, but as you prolong this and as you eat in a calorie surplus, you're gonna get fluffier. You're gonna be full or more bloated more often. If you're excessively bloating, that is an issue. You kind of need to reassess your gut health in that way. But my gut health was great. I was just eating in a surplus. So I felt super fluffy all the time, watery. Doesn't always feel the best, but I was pushing through. I felt really good. My training was going really well. I was getting my weight up on everything. I ended up hitting a shoulder dumbbell press 50 pounds for 16 reps. That is insane, I think, for a female. I think that's pretty good. I honestly loved how I felt in the gym while bulking because I had so much extra energy to really push through in my lifts. I was getting really good pumps as well, so all was well. But there comes times where body dysmorphia hits. I typically feel pretty good about myself day to day, but there's periods where maybe for a week or a few days even, I feel just so off. I hate how I look. I think my body looks awful. I'm looking at extra skin or lines disappearing on my physique, and I just don't feel good about myself. I don't feel like I like my shape or anything. That takes a toll on me. I took check-ins for the first time since I believe September recently, and I looked at myself and I was like, oh my God. I was posing like a bikini girl and I felt like, damn, it looks like I've never competed in my life. I look awful right now. But in reality, it is just the off season and I was just bulking for 3 months and I never checked my weight throughout that bulk until that check-in, and I weighed 149 pounds. So I gained roughly 10 pounds in 3 months, which in the grand scheme of things is not terrible. My body composition still looked good. Everything was good. Sometimes though, it just messes with your head. I will say wintertime is typically harder for me as well because my skin tends to not be as good, especially on my arms, my back, my face. My skin is just not as clear as it is in the summertime because the sun just helps me out a lot. But I've been trying to work on my skin. I've been getting different face masks. I've been using different moisturizers. I've been fixing my skincare routine to try to make myself more confident day to day. I put on makeup to go to the gym most of the time because it makes me feel good about myself. So there's days where I will feel really good, and then there's days where I feel awful about how I look. My advice to you, if you're especially a competitor and you're able to do this, see if you can take check-ins less frequently or maybe not too much at all. If that really messes with your head, then maybe take a step back from it for a little bit. It's not a big deal. Maybe even you just don't want to weigh yourself, but you're okay with the pictures. Take a break from the scale. It does help your coach gauge your progress and all of these things, but sometimes mentally you just need a break and you need to not see it for a certain amount of time because it gets too repetitive and you get too in your head about it. And that's what was happening to me. And I found that I had my best progress when I wasn't weighing myself. I wasn't checking the scale because I was in my parameters that I set myself in. Like I said, I wasn't on a specific plan from Kyle, my coach, but I basically made my own plan and I was sticking to it and I was doing really, really well. And I saw so much progress in the gym. I saw progress in my physique and everything, even though I was bulking. I had cap shoulders in the off season for the first time ever. That's very, very unheard of for me. I don't have a very dominant upper body. My lower body is super dominant. Definitely takes a toll on your mental health because you get body dysmorphia. You don't like how you look. You don't look shredded all the time. Especially if you're a female. For a male, maybe this doesn't translate as well, but for a female, right? Post-show, I was thinking, okay, I want to feel like a woman. I want to have curves. I want to have just extra juice on my body. And you don't have that when you're shredded. You're shredded. No curves to your body. Yes, there is to a degree, but even Olympian bikini competitors, right, who have insane glutes, hamstrings, and all of these things, they have curves, but it's not like a womanly curve. It's a very hard, muscly woman, which is okay. But what helped me was understanding that, oh, I want to feel like a woman with nice curves and all that good stuff. That helped me so much. And it even helped me throughout my bulk. But there were certainly times where I still did not like how I looked, didn't like my shape, didn't like my curves, thought I felt too big. My biggest insecurity is my legs. This might sound like a shocker to some people. Anthony thinks it's a shocker that I do not like this on myself, but I think my legs are too big half the time. Yeah, now it's less than half. But I think my legs are too big. I hold a lot of fat in my legs. That's majority of my fat. I don't hold as much in my stomach, which everybody holds their fat on their body differently. Most of mine goes to my legs and to my butt. It's my legs that take the hit and that affects me. Everybody has their own insecurities, but if you rock them with confidence, I guess it could help you out. Another thing that helped me with this was wearing joggers or just wearing clothes that you're comfortable in that maybe covers up your insecurities in any way in the gym, because you can still get a good workout in. You're not distracted by how you look. All of these little things add up and they could help you while you're bulking, and realize that bulking is a process that you need for your muscles to grow. If you don't eat enough, your muscles won't grow. So if this video helped you in any way, you're welcome, I guess. This is just my personal experience. Felt like it was good to share to everybody. And make sure you subscribe, like this video, comment down below, help support me. Peace out.